Welcome to the Bible Grace 88 channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. There's a PayPal link if you want to support my work. Thank you, ACHAN. A name etched in the annals of history for all the wrong reasons. He is a figure shrouded in tragedy, a cautionary tale from the book of Joshua. ACHAN's story is not one of triumph or heroism, but of disobedience and its devastating consequences. He is a stark reminder that even in the midst of collective victory, individual choices have profound implications. The Israelites, fresh from their miraculous crossing of the Jordan River, were on the cusp of claiming the promised land. Their first target, the city of Jericho. God had promised them victory, but he had also issued a stern warning. Everything in Jericho was devoted to him, and taking any of it was strictly forbidden. This is where ACHAN's story takes a fateful turn. Driven by greed and a disregard for divine command, he secretly took some of the forbidden spoils of Jericho: gold, silver, and a beautiful Babylonian garment. This act of disobedience, seemingly insignificant in the grand scheme of things, would have far-reaching consequences, not just for ACHAN, but for the entire Israelite community. To understand ACHAN's actions, we must first understand the world he lived in. ACHAN was a member of the tribe of Judah, one of the 12 tribes of Israel. These tribes were more than just political entities. They were tightly knit communities bound by kinship, shared history, and a deep-seated belief in Yahweh, their God. Family played a central role in this society. Loyalty to one's tribe and family was paramount. This makes ACHAN's transgression all the more perplexing. He was not an outsider. He was part of this close-knit community, bound by the same laws and beliefs. Yet he chose to act in a way that directly contradicted the values with which he was raised. The Israelites were also at a pivotal moment in their history. After generations of slavery in Egypt, they were finally on the verge of entering the Promised Land, a land flowing with milk and honey. This was a time of great hope and anticipation, but also of uncertainty and fear. Perhaps ACHAN's actions were driven by a desire to secure his own future in this new and uncertain world. ACHAN's act of disobedience had immediate and devastating consequences. The Israelites, emboldened by their victory at Jericho, were confident as they laid siege to the seemingly insignificant city of Ai. However, to their shock and dismay, they were soundly defeated. This unexpected defeat sent shockwaves through the Israelite camp. How could God, who had parted the Jordan River and delivered Jericho into their hands, allow them to be defeated by a small, seemingly insignificant city such as this? The answer, as Joshua soon discovered through divine revelation, lay in the hidden sin within their midst. ACHAN's act of disobedience had brought God's judgment upon the entire community. This episode reveals a fundamental principle of the Israelite faith. God held the entire community accountable for the actions of its individuals. The confrontation between ACHAN and Joshua is one of the most poignant moments in this tragic tale. Joshua, the leader of the Israelites and their spiritual guide, is tasked with the unenviable duty of confronting ACHAN. God reveals ACHAN's sin and instructs Joshua to deal with it decisively. This puts Joshua in a difficult position. He is both the leader of the Israelites and ACHAN's kinsman. He is torn between his duty to uphold God's law and his compassion for a member of his own tribe. The ensuing confrontation is heartbreaking. Joshua implores ACHAN to confess, to clear his conscience and acknowledge his sin. ACHAN, overcome by guilt and shame, confesses his actions. He reveals where he has hidden the stolen goods, confirming God's revelation. ACHAN's confession does not absolve him of his sin. The consequences of his actions are swift and severe. He, along with his entire family and possessions, are taken to the valley of Achor, where they are stoned to death and then burned. This may seem like a harsh punishment, but it reflects the gravity with which the Israelites viewed disobedience to God's commands. ACHAN's actions had brought God's judgment not only upon himself, but also upon his family, and to some extent, the entire nation. This episode highlights the interconnectedness of the Israelite community and the importance of collective responsibility. Thank you for watching, and may the Creator bless you always.